Trina and Kai get a surprise. BLQ and Sunny talk Gio, and Dante admits he may have been wrong. Jacinda disappeared, Gio refused to help, and Drew may blow up the whole case. Gio runs into Sunny at his place and arranges to be back for dinner. He bumps into Christina on the way out and she asks when he will be performing again. He admits he's not sure yet and takes off. She grabs her tablet and explains she's on the way to the trial, dreading what will happen. Sunny points out that even if Willow is acquitted, it doesn't mean Michael will be charged. Trina and Kai go to the courthouse after talking to Gio. In the courtroom, Drew takes the stand and announces he wants to testify to set the record straight. Alexis gets him to describe his acrimonious relationship with Michael and Jason assaulting him. He explains that Michael sent Jason to attack him after showing him the sex tape he made of him being cuckolded. Justine objects as Alexis and Drew bring up Jason's long criminal history. The Ada flashes back to catching Drew blackmailing Sunny over one of Jason's assaults on him. Drew explains that he was shot after it became clear to Michael that he would be uniting with Willow to fight for the kids. Justine examines him next, grilling him about whether Michael took over Aurora because Drew seduced his wife. When she brings up Judge Heron insisting that Willow can't have her children as long as she's with Drew, he accuses her of lying. She brings up the wire transfer to the judge found in his safe. He insists it is a fake and this was a setup. Michael planted the receipt. He rails about how Michael has taken everything from him. Michael smirks and Willow begs Alexis to stop this. Drew yells that Michael is a homicidal maniac and will rot in prison while they take the kids back. Michael smiles. The court recesses and Nina leaps up to keep Drew away from her daughter. Alexis tells Drew he blew it. The only way this can be mitigated is if Willow takes the stand. Dante runs into BLQ at the Quartermain estate, and she complains about his suspending Chase. They argue about what her husband did and Dante admits he might not have been wrong about Willow. He's not saying she's innocent, but they have had blind spots about the case. Gio arrives and says he's there to play with Wiley. BLQ goes off to set things up. Gio asks Dante if he thinks Michael could have set Willow up. Dante doesn't know and plods off. BLQ brings Gio to Wiley and they chat about his emergency phone and how worried he is about losing his dad. She leaves them alone to play. Dante arrives at the courthouse and Christina updates him. Michael joins them and Kai and Trina watch for the ringtone. Wiley calls and Gio asks Michael if his son is allowed to play Tron. Michael says it's fine and tells Christian he's had Tay ringtone since he got back from Germany. After they all file in, Kai and Trina realize the ringtone doesn't match the one they heard. Subscribe to Soap Spoilers newsletter. Back at the Quartermains, Gio and Wiley play Tron. When Wiley goes off to get juice, Gio calls Trina and they thank him for his help. Wiley returns to Gio and he tells him how much he misses having his mom and dad together. BLQ goes to Sunny's to talk about chicken piccata and Gio. They discuss the violin he and Ned bought for Gio and how happy he is that the two families are getting along for his sake. Hearing Gio perform again was magical. She talks about how they have finally managed to connect. Back in the courtroom, Willow is sworn in. She is prompted to talk about being arrested in front of her children. Alexis asks her who would want to frame her for a violent crime. Willow suspects Michael. She is asked to explain her relationship with Drew and how she owes him her life. He's been her hero and she had no choice but to fall for him. She admits she left him after learning he was sleeping with her mom. Willow says it was impossible to meet Michael's demands so that she could see her children. She recognized how genuinely Drew loves her and that's why they got back together. Michael has cruelly kept her from her children and she's in court today because of his actions. When Justine questions her, she asks if she's ever touched the gun that shot Drew. After flashing back to holding the gun with gloves, she says she never touched it. She flashes back to how upset she was on Tay night of the shooting and explains she only wanted to be with her children. Willow was very emotional when she took a drive and doesn't know where she went. Justine points out her phone pinged in proximity to Drew's house. As Willow claims she didn't stop anywhere, she flashes back to stopping and pulling out the gun. Justine asks Willow if her life has really improved since Drew came into it. Willow says it's not perfect, but she loves Drew and he knows how much her kids mean to her. What would you do for your children? Justine asks. Willow flashes back to shooting him. She says she would do anything for her children. They let her step down. The court recesses. Closing statements will be tomorrow. Christina tells Michael that Willow might be exonerated. He still won't let Drew near the kids. Justine tells Dante she thought she could make Willow crack, but that failed. Amy have just saved herself. Kai and Trina decide they haven't figured anything out. They notice Wiley calling his mom and recognize the ringtone.